Greetings, everyone. Welcome to THL's Hearthcenter, bringing you the hottest results of last week and the final results of this season of THL. I am one of your hosts, Lotus Knight, and I am joined by the full fix crew. To my left, we have Super Chicken. Chicken, how are you? You ready to rock tonight?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. It was a pretty crazy season, and I think it ended in it ended in a way a lot of people did not expect. So I think we got a great ending to it, and I'm excited to get on with this interview.
For sure. Um, Ron Mexico, streamer extraordinaire. Tell me, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm excited to be here as always for the conclusion of Hearth Center. We got our champions here, multiple interviews tonight, which should be exciting, and it's just another great finish. I'm pretty sure this legacy team that won upgraded over I think I could say that. I think I could say it was a pretty good upgrade. So excited to hear from the winners.
Sure. Definitely an upgrade as we talk to Neji Boston, one of the winners tonight, and one of our hosts. Neji, how are you tonight?
Doing great. Let's get into the interviews.
For sure. And well, I don't know if he's a host tonight. I don't know if he qualifies. I don't know what's his status. We have double winner here, Geranium Battle. Geranium, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing well. I'm just here for the fun. Finally getting invited not to host something. Oh,
The weird case where we have a host in both teams that we're interviewed, so we're going to interview him twice. I'm not going to waste too much time. I'll ask you all as our checkout question. What did you think about the new expansion theme? Because I really like it. I love music festival ideas. But I'm going to throw it to Super Chicken, who is going to introduce to everyone the winners of Legacy. Chicken, take it away.
Yeah, so our season 23 legacy champions that they are, took down Dad Legend 14-8 in just 4 matches. Yeah, so I'm gonna just throw it to the players who played in this match and ask how did this match go?
Usually best to just start from the top, like in order of seeds, so you guys don't just get like
How about,
confused and jumping in all at once, or
Our-
nobody talk.
What are
maybe our experienced host and one seed should jump in.
okay, man. All right. So, am I just talking about my match then? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I won 3-0. I can't exactly remember the games. I might have to pull up my tracker and see what the classes were so I can remember. But yeah, there was definitely some high rolling. I felt bad for at least one of the games for sure. But I was happy to get the 3-0. I think I was the third person to play. I think. Yeah. Because Molstar started and then Canoe and then me, but they could talk about their own matches.
Yeah, for mine, second seed, I faced King Viking 23. I did play first, and what ended up happening was my druid was being targeted by a bunch of aggro decks, but then I came out to like the last match, which was uh, Quest Druid versus Undead Shadow Priest. So it eventually got there in the end and ended up sweeping the priest.
I knew you'd be next.
Yes. Hello. Um, yeah, no, I had a really close match. Went 2-3 with Huster, and I brought Hunter for the first time in a long time, which was very fun. I got some help from Ron, streamer extraordinaire. Watched a few of his VODs to get ready, and yeah, no, love that deck.
Did it win?
Yes, it won game one.
Hey, nice.
Off the
But-
rip.
But any association with Ron means he did, in fact, lose overall, though. Just want to point out the parallel.
Wait, I want to
there.
hear how Kotamura's game went.
You know, like all year, like, I mean, carried my teammates. The best deck I brought were my teammates, so I didn't have to worry about it.
Nice, good answer.
Yeah. I guess I'll talk about a little bit of the information surrounding it too, as the captain, before I act as Ricescription for a second. But yeah, I mean, once the classes were revealed, it was kind of clear that Dad Legend was bringing some aggressive classes, and we were bringing some more combo classes. We had some druids for them to punish, and Neji didn't have much trouble with it. Want a little bit more trouble. King Viking actually put in a lot of the grind. I think he was top 200 legend by the time he faced Mole. And then yeah, like I said, we were expecting aggro classes, and then Hastur surprised with not that, and caught me off guard at least. And then it went into the final match just 1 hour later, like almost right after Canoe finished, and Ricescription was able to take the final victory. I'll pull up the match, but it was it was over Pescatarian, and yeah, it was another game 5 match. So Kodomoro was sweating over there.
Oh.
It was
Never had a doubt.
but it was a pretty standard ban DK sort of match. We were a little bit worried that our rogue wasn't going to get through, but rogue did rogue things, and high rolled immensely against the warlock to end it off.
Pretty sure it made a massive stealth on turn 2.
Yep. Yeah, 7/7 on turn 2. It's pretty good.
That does sound pretty good. I'm going to lead into our next question, which is for Neji, and that is, who is your favorite clown?
My favorite clown.
And this can be past and present clowns.
Okay. I've been told that it doesn't have to be in THL. It can just be a clown. So
Yeah,
I am
like
going to
Ronald McDonald.
choose. True, actually, that's a goated clown. Might be the best one. I will choose Pennywise the clown because I quite enjoy that movie.
I was expecting a Brad Marchand, but
Yeah, okay, man.
that's just me. My favorite clown.
Set up.
Always do a little trolling. Our next question is going to be for Molestar, and the people want to know, how well did Mole Warrior do in THL this season?
Oh, this season, I think he did really well, mostly in Hero, just because you can get away with it, like maybe losing with one game, and like hopefully, like I wouldn't want to get it targeted in another series, but there's been a lot of like discussion about like the counters to it in like previous Hearthcenters, I think. I do believe that Mole Warrior is not that bad into Ping Mage anymore with Aslure, like being able to do lots of damage. So in Legacy, this is like my only time I might have brought it, I think. So I just felt like I didn't bring it before, so it wouldn't be like targeted ever. So yeah, I think it did pretty well. Like it was meant to like counter a lot of Death Knights earlier in the season. I forgot like how long ago, like what patch we faced off in Legacy, but it is able to beat like the other aggro decks. Like so it turned out to be a good brain just for this week because of like it faced or like it did the classes they had were all like aggro type classes, so it was actually good in this round.
Nice.
Well, yeah, we've certainly seen lots of people throughout THL and competitive Hearthstone in general have decks that they're quite comfortable on, that aren't necessarily great on stats, but that certain players really are able to optimize at a really high level. So, and I think that's kind of what happened a lot of the season. Just kind of you playing to your own comforts, which is, I mean, I would say that's generally your play style, anyways. But moving on from that, I have a question for Kodamora, and that is, what's an anime that everyone should watch?
Oh no, this is deep cuts here. I'm going to take you back to the, some of the original stuff for me. I'm an old school anime guy, so the original Trigun, you can't miss with the original Trigun series. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
I like it. Solid answer. Our next question is for Canoe. And as you might imagine, it is a question related to your name. How far would you go in a canoe?
200.
Excellent answer. Up to you, Chicken. Next question.
I was going to say 7. Just throw a number out. That's great.
I love 7.
7's such a great number.
All right, this next one is for Max. What is some advice to newer captains that you think would be useful to give?
Great. I was lagging. Sorry. I believe it was just advice for newer captains. So, yeah. I mean, my best advice. I came from a place that was like, I came from a place in THL where I had, basically no one. I just had Canoe basically, and Canoe stuck with me the entire time. But just like, my advice is you can stick with the people that you know, people that you like playing with, and you can create a set of vibes from there. And if you feel like you want to get someone that you don't know, DM them. I mean, like, I will say that a lot of people get picked up for teams and aren't available, but if you have someone that you think you want to message, just go ahead and message them. The worst you'll get is a no, and then you'll go and ask someone else. And like, I did that. I did do that quite a lot my first season. I think I'm a direct message like 20 people or something my first season. So I got a lot of no's, but then I also got a team that made finals. So I don't know. We liked each other enough to really work together, and I do believe that the people in THL are nice enough that they will respond, that they will work together with people most of the time. So yeah, just don't be afraid.
Good answer. Next question back to Molestar. It's a question I think probably everyone is asking, which is, how does this championship affect LeBron's legacy?
Oh, that is a good question. Well, Legacy, it is the name of the series we're playing in. But I don't know. I feel like anytime you win a championship, it's like the true, like, we're in a ring culture, right? So, like, if you win, like, it just symbolizes like the journey and like how we got there. And I think for me, it was just like I kind of expected this to like get this far just because our team is just like really strong. But I don't know, just like comparing legacies, I feel like this is like my like I think third and fourth championship in general. So it's just like really cool to have, just pretty fun. But I kind of see THL like as a pretty like just like check mark some boxes. Like there's some like other competitions you can play in, but like this is like the most fun just because like there's always a lot of opportunities to just like play, and like even if you have a bad season, you can just like go into next season, have a new mindset. So it's just really good on the mental, and I don't really like ever like feel down just because I like lose a series or anything. It's just a lot of fun just to play in. So um, I don't know, I just think it's really fun to play in THL. So yeah.
Nice. That was a really cool, thoughtful answer to such a memey question. I really appreciate that. LeBron fans in shambles, honestly.
Bringing the feels.
Hmm. All right. This next question is for, well, Rescription isn't here, but for the people who were on the previous Legacy championship team last season. And how does this championship feel compared to last season?
Uh-oh.
Um, hmm.
Well,
Well, there are two main differences here. The first one, I had Ron on my team last season. That was a tough experience. So then we moved over, and then Geranium wanted to get his first legacy win, but I couldn't let that happen. So it was a bit of a predicament, but I'd say both felt about the same.
this
Yeah,
one,
we did learn that Ron was a middling 3 seed.
at best.
I will add one thing. I think this one was way more. I mean, you use the word and it sounds bad, but more automatic than the last one. I think this one, it could have been the meta or whatever, but this one felt like we kind of always knew what the brings were and what the best decks were and the best lineups were. And it's really more forward leaning, I think, because we got off to a really fast start too. And I think it seemed like, and this is, I think, with Ron and with Bank, there's a lot more conversations, and some of them left field about what decks to bring and the craziness, which was also very fun. Definitely different dynamic than last season, but I think they're both great in their own ways. But this one was, I think, a little bit more streamlined, I thought.
Yeah, I would say like this season, and this isn't a knock to any teams. It's just all the teams that were supposed to be favored in the first round lost except us. So like just from our point of view, a lot of the super strong teams weren't around. So from there on, we felt pretty confident. Still needed to play well and prep well, but like last season, the finals was the number 1 and number 2 teams from the regular season. So it was a bit more stressful, I'd say. But yeah, they were both good.
On the topic of discussions and like Mimi brings, I think a lot of last season was like very creative decks, and then people just saying, "Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, yeah, let's bring that. It sounds fun." Whereas this season was definitely more like tried and true stuff until the final week.
Yeah.
Until the final week, where I did manage to bait Rescription to bring Rogue. I will take credit for that.
Solid.
Yeah, I
so
banned
kind of-
Rogue in my set. I don't know what to tell you. Rogue's broken.
You know, that kind of segues into our next question, which is for Geranium. Want to ask how, if at all, did your role as a captain differ from when you were a player and a captain? And one additional kind of follow-up question to that is, how did it feel taking over Diamond's team, and how much did you pay him to take a boat off of him?
I see it as actually taking over Neji's team in a way, because I just asked Neji if I could play with him, basically. And then the result was, oh, hey, well, actually, the best team is like the team you had last season. So I never got permission from Diamond. I just kind of stole his crib notes. And yeah, I think, I mean, I never managed to win Legacy as a player and captain, which well, I'll have to do that in the future. But it is definitely like a lot more passive of like I can suggest things, but I can never like actualize those things. I can never actualize that that Druid is the best class this week or whatever, because I'm not the one playing Druid. So it's definitely, I mean, it's what I have to do every season, but this time my PR gets passed up by Rice Scription and feels great.
Yeah, Rice
right.
isn't cheap anymore. It's going to be a lot tougher to win these titles now.
This is true.
He has been abandoned. Unlucky. He's like, am I coming back? I'm like, you doubled your PR in 2 seasons. Sorry, buddy.
Not too expensive.
All right, so this is a question for everyone, and who's the biggest troll on the team? Who does a lot of trolling?
Geranium. Geranium does.
God dang it. It's Neji. It's gotta be
Nah,
Neji.
No, I
No
think it has to be
shot.
Neji. Wait,
hold up.
yeah, I gotta go with Neji.
Can I have some reasons for these?
I don't know. Maybe like I don't know. We had a long discussion about playoffs.
Okay,
And
so I'm a fraud.
yeah, you're a playoff fraud. So
Nah. I went 2-1 this season. I'm a carry.
yeah, but compared to us, like
No. That was Wild Series and Hero Series, which is also a fake series. The only real series are Legacy and Pro. We all know that, obviously.
Neji, how close were you to ever accepting my offer to sub in for you final week?
No.
No? Okay.
I mean, I hadn't played in a month, and I literally the day before, actually, I think it was the day of submission, I was like, oh, I should probably start playing. So I jammed some games, found some classes I liked. So maybe there was a chance.
All right, I have one
All right,
final
well,
question.
That's all the questions
wraps it
we
up
have for the
our
champs.
Legacy Champion questions. Unless anyone else on, I guess it would just be like you and me, Ron. So
I have a special one.
we are the only
Right.
ones who have questions.
I just
But
realized
yeah,
I was muted. Sorry. I have a final question. I wanted to ask the winning team here. If there was a very special moment, some moment of the season for each of them that kind of comes out. A day something special happened, something that clicked that made the season fun for them.
When we won.
well, for me, I think it's when we talked about like all the playoff like our playoff scores, and then like I think everybody like kind of just got got in the Discord and just talked about it, and then who actually had like the best playoff records, and it turned out to be Dankest Dad. I believe he has never lost a playoff series, even though like he's not on the team. But
Sorry, to be clear, we were looking at THL all time in playoffs, because that's when it matters. Of
yeah,
just like, do you win your match or lose your match?
I mean, for me, it was earlier. I think I said it before, but when we went back, started the season 5-0, the first 2 weeks. I thought that was for me that was the coolest thing. Just you think you're going to be good, but then you start off and you are good. I think as a team, that's really how we knew we were going to be. This was going to be our season. So for me, that was kind of the moment, was when we started off that strong.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. But the part that I thought was even cooler was when our first match loss was Kodomora getting swept. Hey.
Thanks. Now we know why I'm not on next season's team. I appreciate it.
Whoa.
No spoilers.
Any final thoughts anyone wants to say before we thank our legacy and move on to the second half of our show?
Yeah, we got like a lot of people leaving, right, from this call, from the Legacy Champions to
So
switch to
many.
the Hero Champions.
No, just me again. Just me.
So now that we have crowned our legacy champions. I can go ahead and make it live. If you check on the THL website anywhere in the next, say, 30 seconds or so, you should see the brand new championship banner for our legacy champs.
So, Ron, if you were to use one word to describe this banner, what word would you use?
Pink.
Okay, that's fair. So keep your eyes out for that championship banner. I want to one more time congratulations to Canoe, Duranium Battle, Photomora, Molestar, and Neji Boston. If I didn't forget it. I always forget
And
someone.
Ricescription.
And Ricescription, right. And Ricescription. So, as we thank the Legacy Champions, let me move us back to the main screen because we have a commercial read while Geranium prepares channel. So we have the hero winners. I want to ask you all for our commercial for the night. We need to have one, and yes, I've divided it in sections for each of you, and we're going to start with Geranium Battle. Geranium, are you ready?
I was definitely ready. Yep, definitely ready. Let me just pull it up. Okay. Yo, 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 yo. Hey there, Twitch-alicious viewers. Have you subscribed to Team Hearth Fatigue? Bet. Then Mako today to the day to Big All League EU Self and subscribe to our flannel. This scrubscription enables the Festival of Legends team to help cover the scariest losses of Copid operating our dab site, as well as improve the quality of our clowns and content to our whoers.
If you have AP Amazon Prime / Pitch Perfect Prime, you can subscribe the channel for free. Pog. Subscribers will get a THL emotibong as well as the THL chat badge. So smash the dying daylight out of that thumbs clown button and keep the notifications bing bong to make surely you don't catch our team bat chest bing live. We do not appreciate each and every one of you homies.
Best shill note to our viewers. Shill out to thrill out THL's truth social media disappoints of bat chest. Webkite, teamhearthleague.debomb /for the culture /I didn't ask. Catch us on Twitter at th-hell_hs. Join us on Discord, Team Darth Vader League. Face us on Hearthstone, Naturia Beast, #1683. That's his real battle tag. Slide into our DMs on Tinder, Team Swipe Right League. The True Hearth Legends, Sock Who and Father 420 contend who to roast all of our videos on our YouTube. Yeah, I know. And our True Hearth Legends himself, Ronald McTexico, contend who's to post all of our zero JPM APM banners on our THL web bites.
Just search for Team Hearthcope to see everything previously recorded, but who asked? You are enjoying us on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Team Hearthleague, or lossibly on our Who Tube channel in the future. And for all Fall Guys, you THL fans out there, there were sometimes THL shows every single, most days of the week. You can't go crunch, ton bing in at many time for some Hearthcopium related content. It's better than watching any other Twitch channel. Trust me, I know. Now back to the Doom part. Ka-chow.
No, indeed. Thank you so much, Chicken, Geranium, Neji, and Ron, for that super, super special final read of the season. So, with that, I want to move us to what everyone's here for who wasn't here for Legacy hero interviews. So, let's talk to our hero champions. And I'm going to pass this to Ron Mexico. Ron, welcome our hero champions here.
All right, welcome champions. I know you've had to wait a long time for the legacy interview to be conducted before you guys finally get your chance to speak, and it's just really exciting. Congratulations on a great hero season. And do we have anyone else actually joining? Wild9, Mike Hurst, they're not going to make it. Was that right?
Unfortunately, yeah, emergencies could not make it.
Okay. So, Geranium, you will be fielding the questions for My Curse and Wildline then?
From what I understand, there aren't many. So yeah, I already got the answers from them.
Sweet.
Or we can have Neji do an impression.
Oh God.
Or that. That's
Yeah,
always
Neji.
possible.
Okay,
So
man.
let's start with breaking down how these games went, and for all the players who weren't here, we'll just have Geranium kind of fill in. So from the top, Molstar, how did this go?
Yeah, so I actually played like the first match. I think it was like since we had 2 weeks. I think I played on. Oh, maybe actually the second week of like Monday or something, somewhere in the middle. But the one thing that I could take away from it is that I just played Frost Death Knight and swept. It was like that simple. I mean, I think okay, it actually goes a little bit deeper on that because of like what I speculate Justin would bring, or like the whole like series itself would was probably a whole control matchup mirror if like Frost DK was beat out. But I think his warrior was a charge warrior. Um, but I like the Death Knight got through just because there's like not as much sustainability that like a mole warrior would have. Um, so yeah, I think Frost Death Knight just like slipped through just because I don't think he was planning on it. I think he's planning to face like Blood Death Knight or something. I did bring like a hybrid like charge warrior with mole warrior as well, but it didn't get to play. It was just the Death Knight. So it was a pretty quick series. I don't remember if there was any like RNG segment to it, but I just remember like the previous playoff series there were. Um, but I feel like yeah, I mean we could talk about the ones against the like I think it was Neji and Ron where like I think it was mostly like them getting unlucky rather than me getting lucky, but we could talk about that later if you want.
Oh, we don't need to dwell on that.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's fine. I think I kept a running total of how much damage I did to your warrior and didn't win any of the games. I don't need to
Yeah.
relive it. It's fine.
Gigafin me, dude. That's all I have to say.
Oh yeah, that was lucky. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, a question that I have for I guess Molstar is just gone, but I'm gonna ask him a question anyways. What is your favorite Pokemon?
Oh, it was Cubone. Just like this was like a thing I already had in mind already. Like just cause in like one of my first Pokemon games, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Blue Rescue Team, you take like a personality quiz, right? And Cubone was my first one I got, so I kind of stuck with it for like a long time. That was when I was like elementary school, so it kind of stuck with me after that.
Nice. Oh, did we hear the rest of
No.
how did the order of the games shake out?
Uh,
I know Molstar
okay.
went first.
Yeah, I went
Yeah,
first.
yeah. So Molstar went first. Then next up was My Curse, who unfortunately couldn't make it here. So I'll just let you know it was on stream. My Curse versus G-Kick. G-Kick ended up sweeping with Relic DH. Sorry, Fel DH specifically. So the minion full version. And yeah, versus our aggro deck. So versus the aggro priest in game 2 and versus the now I'm forgetting. It was another aggro deck in game 3. I think it was actually maybe it wasn't Unholy, it was Frost DK probably. Versus both of those, he ended up getting both copies of the Unleash Fel early, and then closed it out with Jace. So like both of those were pretty unwinnable. Might have been some misplays in there, but it doesn't really matter. Game 1 was technically the closest based on draw, but it kind of felt pretty hopeless because he ended up, I think, drawing Fel Barrage with the Arcanist and all that to just deal huge amounts of burst damage. So pretty unwinnable series, got swept. Then next up was Wait. I'm forgetting if it was Wild9 or if it was Canoe. Canoe, you just go ahead.
Oh, I thought I played last.
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah.
then Wild9 went next. Wild9 faced off against Pokemon 661, and it was pretty close feeling. I think we lost game 1, but then what is it? Our Sweet Potential came out with a different deck. I'm just pulling it up right now.
Wait, in the meantime, I just want to recall like what I read in the Discord from his match. It was like after like game 1, he was like, "Oh, this is how my season has been going. Like I kind of get high rolled." So I thought he was losing, and then he went 0-1. And then I like come back and read that he just won 3-1. So it was like totally unexpected.
Yeah. So game 1, it was their Miracle Rogue versus our Demon Hunter, which was as Wild9 was saying, he sort of got totally messed up by Bring Order every single match. Where just like he would bring the worst bring possible every single time. So yeah, lost game 1, and then game 2 was actually a pretty close game between Frost Mage, the Aggro Mage, and Miracle Rogue, which is supposed to be very favored for Frost Mage, but Rogue did a little high rolling. And then it was Frost Mage versus Big Spell Mage, which we studied how to win that matchup quite a lot. And then yeah, I continued and finished off the sweep. It was Frost Mage over Unholy Death Knight.
Solid. So interesting start to go up with a sweep and then a sweep back the other way. Wild9 back down 1 and then winds up taking 3 straight. And then it all came down to Canoe to prevent Geranium from having to play. Tell us about it, Canoe.
Yeah.
Wait, did Hunter win? Tell me Hunter won.
Oh, Hunter won.
Hey.
So yeah, game 1 was a Control Priest versus Unholy Death Knight, and it was a gruesome 18 turns. He played Mograine on 7, and I just once I had the hero card down, kept hero powering face every other turn, taking 1 damage net, and ended up just exhausting everything. Yeah, no, so just card for card. Game 2 lost to Big Spell Mage on Priest. Yeah, 8 turns, very sad. And then Hunter comes in. Game 1, I didn't draw a weapon until like I think it was turn 7 or something like that. And ended up tempoing out Astalor on 8. And then turn 9 played exactly Bran Shockspitter into top deck Shockspitter. Shockspitter is doing 4 damage only, and got lethal off of it. And then the last game, I just played 2 copies of Hydrolodon on 5 and 6, and just good enough. So yeah, Hunter went a little bit off the books on strategy, but yeah, the deck's fun. The deck's good.
Love to hear it. What better way to win a hero title? It's music to my ears. Going back then to the questions for the rest of the team. Thank you again for that recap. We'll go to Geranium and tell me, you had a great performance and you won a double title this season. So there's really only one way to top it. Does this mean that a triple title is coming next season?
Well, you can only see that I'm captaining 2 teams next season so far. There is still a trios captain's list yet to be announced. So it would have to be. I would have to win trios as well, which that's going to be extremely competitive. All the Tespa kids who can't play Tespa this season because that sort of ended might be swinging in and trying to take that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stick to 2 this season if I can.
I don't know. I think I heard that you just guaranteed a triple title. You're gonna win trios and 2 other series. Heard it here first. Geranium absolutely guarantees that this will happen.
Those sorts of tricks, those hat tricks, are only for someone too ridiculous.
Surely he must be referencing something that went over all of our heads. Who could possibly put the words hat and ridiculous together to figure out some kind of reference?
Not I. But continuing on from there, I have a question for Wild9. Having played in all 3 of the standard series, which one do you enjoy the most?
Yes, it's me, Wild9. Probably Hero Series because of prep, but it's a lot of work.
An excellent answer. An excellent answer.
Thank you, Wild9.
Got you.
we
gotta go
also
to
have
Micers.
we also have a question for Mike Hurst. So really interested to hear what Mike Hurst has to say. For Mike Hurst, our question is, what is the curse you have? And is it perhaps the curse that you put on Justin to lose in Hero Finals?
Oh, it's me, my curse here. All right. One sec, I have to pull this up. Okay. My curse used to be the ladies, but then it was my health. But Hearthstone has always been a game that I've been able to play in bad health, as I don't need to be in a proper gaming setup and I can play from the couch. THL still allows me to compete mentally where I can't physically anymore. Kind of downers, but it's why the league is fun.
Nice. That's a really good
Wow.
answer. Might I just say, you and Wild9 sound so similar. It sounds like you guys are really close, and that's awesome too.
Is that so?
Yeah, it's good team synergy.
Yeah, that's why we made it like them a team.
All right. And
Understandable.
one more question for the Canoe himself. What is your favorite memory of Geranium?
Hmm. Hmm.
There are
Oh,
so
I think
boy.
that's a great
You,
answer,
you, you,
honestly.
you put me on the spot here. No,
No, that's a good answer right there. The silence actually speaks volumes.
I got to hang out with him recently. Went to a place called Bodeborg. It's like a kind of like escape room esque puzzle building, and that was super fun. Anytime I get to see Geranium in person is a good memory.
Nice. And we also looks like we have a few questions from the THL server. Let's see here. For Molstar, what strategies did you personally use to abuse PR management this season?
Oh, I mean, me personally, I'm at 550, so it has to be like throughout the teammates, which to abuse PR management, I feel like you just gotta find the players that you just think are just better than their PR. It's just that simple. I mean, you could even say like for all of us, even me, a 550 might be better than my PR. It might be because it's capped, but uh, yeah, just find somebody who's good, better than their PR.
So yeah, just cheat. That's a great answer. Absolutely.
I love cheating.
Just
I
ask
love
Diamond and
cheating.
Yeah,
Neji. It's
PR
where like
cheating.
all their titles come from.
Real.
Cheating's
I'd like to
great.
Real.
It's not
While
hard.
we're on the while we're on the topic, I would like to mention that we did end the season at 1861. So 10 over cap. God dang it, if only.
Well, speaking of PR management, this one was addressed to Geranium, but I'm going to open it up to the whole team. And that is, your team finished the season above the PR cap. So do you consider the season a failure?
Yes.
No, wait, no, because we abused it already. We
Wait,
literally abused the championship.
Well,
If you were true abusers, you would abuse it next season too.
Okay.
Wow.
So unfortunately, I think Hunter would have had to have lost, and that would have made Ron unhappy. In order for our PR to actually stay below cap. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, THL.
That would have been abusing Rexar.
We're not true PR abusers. We could have done that. Skill issue. Better luck next time.
Definitely a skill issue.
Always.
So our next question, actually I'll save the question for Canoe for Chicken. So I'll move on to an additional question for my curse. More speculation on what the curse is. I know we've kind of had that answered already, but Bone Masher wants to know, why is your curse G-Kick?
That was his answer to both of those. I asked both of them to him at the same time. So
Oh, fair.
he had nothing to say about G-Kick.
I like it. Just sidestep it completely.
all right. And this one is for Canoe. And it is, as the only person to bring Hunter this week, can you confirm if Ron Mexico is right? Is Hunter actually good?
Even when the deck draws, I would say the worst I've ever seen it draw, it still wins. Deck's busted.
Wow.
Hey, you heard it here first.
Ron the Alarmist whining about the Shock Spitter nerf for like a month straight was wrong the whole time.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with the fact that the location got nerfed, or this was multiple classes being played and not just exclusively Death Knight. No, nothing like that.
Yeah, I'm glad we agree.
Yeah, of course. And then we've got one last question for Geranium Battle. Both this season and last season, you used 10 players to win the championship with one player dropping. Will you be sticking to that same winning formula? And do you have your 5 subs lined up already for next season?
I mean, I am probably going to team with Canoe again in the future, so expect another 10-person team. It's not everyone contributed to it this season. And yeah, it's just, I mean, things get in the way. So it wouldn't be a real team experience if it weren't for having to like come up with someone as an E-sub in the final moments before the match. And I think that's stressful but fun too. So
Nice. And that is all the questions we have for our hero champions, except for, our special checkout questions. So just want to say congratulations one more time to all you guys. Quite a tight knit team you have. It seems like there's good bit of overlap between a legacy title and a hero title. So well played and well earned.
Peters.
Realize now that none of our viewers could hear me. Sorry. But I do want to thank our hero winners again as I bring us to our checkout question. But before, I do have a very special announcement. Yes, it's time to talk about the off-season event. We are not going to have Family Feud this off-season. We're taking a leap from Family Feud to do something different. And I think actually only Geranium and maybe Ron knows what I'm talking about here, but we're gonna be having a THL trivia night in 2 weeks. So we're going to have 8 captains that are going to be decided by content, and each are going to recruit 2 people to play THL trivia with them live. I will be reaching out to the captains over the next day or two, and after that, um, the captains can recruit whoever they want and bring them to the match. We're going to have THL trivia. You'll be in Discord with your team, and the captains will be live on stream. So it's going to take place, I believe, in 2 weeks. And yeah, be excited, have fun. It's going to be a ridiculous event. I'm really looking forward to it. Dranium, any appetizers you want to give it?
Expect expect there to be something really good in store for you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a very different off-season event. I hope you're all as excited as I am. The captains are going to know soon that they're captains. So once they know, um, yeah, they can start recruiting, get whoever you want, and make a fun team and have fun. That's the most important part. So with that said, I want to go to our checkout question of the night. It is the final show of the season. So I want to think about the next season because that's what we're all thinking about already. The next set, the next season. So my question for you all is how excited are you for the next season and the next set? So I want to start by asking Wild9, Mike Hurst, and Neji Boston. Tell me how excited are you?
Hyped. That's it.
That was really cool how all 3 of them spoke in unison there.
Yeah.
Oh my god, stop doing it.
Oh, it's me, my curse. No, that's Wild9. Who?
Nice.
And I want to ask Chicken, how hype are you? Anything you want to share about new set, next season? Any thoughts?
I think the expansion looks really great. The new signature cards look amazing, especially compared to the previous ones. I think they really did a good job taking the feedback on what people thought about the signature cards and improving on the artwork there. I do think it's a little bit, it's going to be the first season of THL I'll have started with essentially no other competitive incentives that I'm involved in. Like generally I play collegiate and try to compete in masters tours, and it appears that neither of those are really happening, or at least in the way they used to before. So I think it's going to be interesting. I don't know if my approach to THL will change at all. I mean, I'm still going to try my best to win championships and such, but maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll be playing a bit differently. Maybe I'll be preparing a bit differently. Who knows? But I am still excited for the next season of THL and the new expansion.
Nice. And Geranium, how are you feeling about new season, new expansion? Anything you want to tell us?
I will always feel excited for the new season of THL, just because I always have new plans going on, new teams, new people to play with. So it's always fun that way. As for the actual cards revealed in the expansion, having seen the rogue weapon, um, I'm here for anyone. If anyone wants to talk, doesn't have to come to that. You can keep playing Hearthstone. It's not that bad. We can learn to get through it together. Just I'm here for you.
All right. And Ron, tell me any thoughts about the next season? Anything you're excited for?
Absolutely. Always excited for a new THL season. It's just a really fun league to be a part of, community to be a part of. There's always exciting, fun things going on. There's trios coming up, which is a brand new thing that we get to roll out this season and step up, the competition and have a lot of really crazy stacked teams. It's like pro on steroids almost for trios. Will be an interesting one. And then the expansion itself, there's some really cool looking cards that are coming out. I love the theme, the music stuff. Each class kind of gets its own style of music and things to um, flow in with that, which should be fun. I gotta say, my excitement though will be changed dramatically by just the outcome of one singular thing, and that is the core set is coming. I don't even care quite so much about things that probably shouldn't still be in the game that maybe they could get out, Bran and maybe Shadow Step as cards
Radiant,
that have just been
Radiant
insane
Elementals.
for so long. Radiant Elemental, yeah, I do want those to leave. But more than that, I just want my best boys back. Bring me back Unleash the Hounds. If I get to play with Unleash the Hounds again, I will be so happy. If they don't put it back, it'll be okay. It's a fine expansion, whatever.
Maybe this is the solution to beating the clowns teams. Yeah, everyone knows the saying: lose to clowns. Nope. Unleash the hounds. Yeah.
Yup.
Yep.
In that
Now,
case, honestly, let's not bring it back.
Yeah,
and
yeah. This from the guy who wants Lucia back in the. Okay, okay, come on.
I mean, I'm a man of culture. What can I say? The culture that nobody is in.
I want to ask that.
I'm glad that I only heard
Oh,
Neji Boston saying that and not Wild9 or Mike Hurst. They at least know what's up.
Hey, it's me, Wildline.
Damn it.
Lucia rocks.
So, Molsar, any thoughts on the next season? Any hype you want to make? Since you're still here, you and Canoe.
I'm just waiting for what rotations are at. Like Ron said, is it's mostly about the core set. Because I usually just like to find all the new stuff on the closer to the launch dates. But the core set is there's a lot of it'll affect the whole year pretty much. So it's pretty big, and everybody knows how the cards work. So it'll be cool to see how they work with the new cards in general.
Yeah. Canoe, anything you want to share about excitement for next year?
Excited for the THL season. I'm gonna be completely honest. I did not know that the new Hearthstone expansion has been announced. I don't really look at the cards until they're out. So yeah, hope it's a fun one.
For sure. I want to take this final moment to give a very, very special thank you to our hosts here who pulled another excellent season of Hearthcenter. It's always a pleasure being with you. So I want to give a super special shout out to Super Chicken, Geranium Battle, Neji Boston, and Ron Mexico for keeping it up and doing what I believe is a season of Hearthcenter to be really proud of. Thank you, everyone. Any final words y'all want to share for this season before we close the show for good night?
Just a big thank you right back to Lotus. So much work goes in behind the scenes to make Hearth Center what it is. Best op I've ever seen for Hearth Center. Does a fantastic job, and we really appreciate you. Always a pleasure to have been here.
Yeah, it is crazy that Lotus is thanking me because, I don't know. I feel like I do maybe 1/5 of the work that he does. I like, it's nuts. Yeah, no, you put in so much work, and the show would absolutely fall apart without you unless we found a new dedicated op. But I honestly don't think there would be an op as good as you. So yeah, you are absolutely the glue that holds the show together and makes it so easy for the hosts. I just get to have fun and talk, and I don't know, enjoy my time here. And you're like behind the scenes pulling all the strings, like the like the puppet master, but also but like really just holding everything together. So yeah, thank you as always.
Lotus Knight, more like Godus Knight. Yep. Mhm.
Thank
That
you.
was
Thank you
a
very
Mike Hurst
much.
original for sure.
No, that was Wild 9, guys.
Oh, okay.
Wild Knight has such a way with words, I will say. I want to say that when I was first asked to come onto the show, I immediately asked, "Is it possible for me to do no prep?" Lotus Knight immediately said, "Yeah, that's okay." How is that okay? How is Lotus does so much more work than than any of us do for this show. That's why you see it be so polished. Like the one thing that we do is we're talking heads so that if Lotus has a cold or something like that, and then also like we read the commercial break. Okay, yep. Like almost everything else is Lotus, and it's amazing. So
Yeah, Lotus is the best. Could not do the show without him. And I'm happy to be here.
It's always great to do it with y'all. I mean, everything I do is for y'all. The fun is being with y'all, and especially being with our viewers. I want to thank all of you who message us on Twitch chat. It's great. It's good to be heard while we do this show. We just want to have fun with you all. So thank you for another great season of Hearthcenter. And we're going to be here again next season with a lot more shows and extra series. We'll see what is going to happen, but that is for the future. So, with that, get ready for trivia in a few weeks and maybe the pro interview at some point. We'll try to schedule that. So, we'll see you all then. Later, everyone.
Night, everybody.
Peace.
See you next season.
right.